Hey everyone, this is Yulan. I recently ruptured my Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon rupture is a kind of nasty injury and takes a lot of time to recover, and you need a lot of equipments. So today I want to talk about the equipments and items that I've used. Hopefully anyone who unfortunately suffered the same injury can use this as a reference to see if these could help them make their recovery a little bit easier. I also have videos that track my own recovery. Right now, I'm about 11 weeks after my surgery. So if you're interested in that, check out my other videos. Okay, now I'm just gonna go over the items that I have. I'll start with here. This is my resting area because throughout the injury, you need to elevate your leg and also ice your ankle, your tendon, multiple times a day. And that's mostly for two reasons. One, it helps the tendon heal. The other is you're gonna have a lot of swollen situation happening around your ankle, so you need to elevate and ice to help bring down the swollen bits. The first item I want to talk about is this leg raiser. It's a giant piece of foam, essentially. Has this oval shape where you can put your leg on. It also has a slope where you can rest your thigh. So in general, it makes it comfortable enough for elevating your leg. What I usually do is like this, right? And then you put your leg over it. Of course, you can use a couple pillows that's stacked up. I think this is just for for convenience. The second thing is this is just a cooler bag where I store the ice bags. Like I said, because we need to ice multiple times a day, so sometimes I just find that taking a round trip to refrigerator is quite a hassle. So I just keep a cooler bag nearby and I'll put my ice bags here and I'll use that throughout the day. Of course, like towards the end of the day, the ice bags start to melt, so that's when I have to put it back to the refrigerator for a while and then I'll use it again. The third item is this massage roller. I use this not on my tendon, I use this on my calf, like this. Because since I've been doing a lot of calf raises, my calf gets sore and actually painful very easily. Using this on the calf sort of helps relieve the pain a little bit. So yeah, that's why I use it. This is just a generic massage roller. That's not specifically for your calf or anything. And also, I think if you want to massage your tendon or calf, definitely go with caution, because typically only your physical therapist is supposed to massage your injured area, right? So that's why I only apply this to my calf. Okay, so I think that's all that I use to while I'm resting. Next, I'm gonna show you my exercise stuff. So this is the exercise area. There's nothing special. Again, it's just a chair, a couple dumbbells. This is what I do. This is where I do the seated calf raise with dumbbells. I also have like towels, exercise bands. You definitely need those to do the range of motion exercises and also sort of stretch your muscles. This is a skill which I find particularly useful. Initially, when you just start weight bearing, at least for me, I sometimes find it confusing in terms of how much weight am I putting to my injured leg, right? So the easiest way to find out is to have a scale and have your injured leg, step on the scale, and then the other leg, outside the scale, and depends on how much weight you put in, you can see the exact numbers, right? And you can calculate. It helps me keep track of my progress. I also have this for the exercise, and I would like to show you. This is a pull-up bar. This is a generic brand. You can buy it for like $20. This is very helpful initially after the surgery, because at that time you're not supposed to move a lot. Actually, for the first week, you pretty much just stay in the bed. There's no way for you to do too much exercises. Of course, you can do like band exercises in your bed. But I find what's most useful is if I put this on top of my bedroom door, and then whenever I get off the bed, for example, like if I go to the bathroom, I'll do a few pull-ups. Like that helps me maintain my upper body muscle. It's also very important to keep your body healthy and keep your blood flow. So I think that's definitely been useful initially. Okay, next thing is this, not the shoe itself, but the wrapper around it. It's called evenup. I'm sure a lot of people heard about this already. This is sort of like a must-have for this injury because you're gonna spend a lot of time in a boot for your injured leg, and that boot makes your injured leg taller, much taller than your healthy leg. If you just walk like that without, out of balance, your entire healthy half is gonna compensate for the fact that your injured leg is taller than your healthy leg, and you will walk in a weird way, and you will wear out your healthy half pretty quickly. So to avoid that, have this under your regular shoe, sort of lift your healthy leg to make it balanced again with your injured leg, and that essentially allows you to move more easily. Here we are in my bathroom, and there's a couple stuff I would like to show you. The first is this shower stool. You gotta have this because you're gonna have a long period of time, both before and after surgery, when you are not supposed to put any weight on your injured leg. And that means you cannot stand in the shower. Having a stool and sitting in the shower is the only way you can, wash yourself. This is not a regular chair, this is a shower stool, so it has this rubber on the foot to, avoid this gets slippery, and it is very light and steady, and you can just sit in and do your shower. Another thing that you also need to have is this. When you are in the cast, you're not supposed to get the cast wet. You need to keep it dry. Otherwise, you have to go to the hospital to replace a new one. This is a cast protector. It's basically a plastic bag that you can put on top of your cast and seal at the top of the bag so that the water won't come in, right? And then you can safely put your cast inside the shower while you're showering. Okay, there's two more things that I actually take it from my bedroom that I would like to show you as well. First is this. This is a long sock. You can see this is a really long sock, and it's soft. And I use this basically when I am in the boot. I think this is better than the regular sock for probably two reasons. One is it's long, right? And when you are in the boot, it's very easy for your injured area get puffed up and get swollen. Having a regular sock there sort of cut because your regular sock is usually low. It's really pressuring the injured area, which I find not so comfortable. And this one, because it's long and it's quite soft, it's loose, I don't feel the pressure around my injured area, so I feel more comfortable wearing this. And of course, the second reason is having a long sock that all the way cover your calf as well. It's less likely, or it's harder to make your boot dirty, because like when you're in the boot, when you walk, you're sweating sometimes, right? So this sort of absorbs the sweat a little bit. I know a lot of people use compression socks, which is also very long, that could up to the calf. I don't know, the loose socks just feels better. And this particular one, I think it's actually it's supposed to come with your aircast boot, but you can also purchase separately. I think this is only $2, brand new. I think the name this is not called socks. I think this is called something like aircast boot replacement or something like that. I'll put a link in the description below. One more thing from the bedroom is this. Let me put it here. So this is a basketball trainer pants. The difference of this one from the regular pants is it's buttoned up on the sides, on both sides. So you can see all these are buttons. That means you can actually tear it up from side to side. And you probably already know what I mean, right? So basically when you are in the cast is much larger than your leg. Sometimes it's hard to put on pants. So what I usually do is at home, I usually wear shorts because those are wider than regular pants and it's easier to put on while you are in the cast. But when I need to go out and if the weather is cold, I don't want to wear shorts. When I need to go out, I put on these. And it's super easy to put on. You just need a button. You just need to tear up all the button and it's all the way open. And you can easily fit whatever cast you have and then close the button and you get a pen. Right, so I used this while I was in the cast for I think 4 weeks. So this is everything that I want to show you in the bathroom and bedroom. Next, I'll show you a couple of stuff in my garage. Okay, now I'm in my garage. The first thing I would like to show you, crutches. Nothing special, I just use it. Everybody uses. You're gonna get this at your first visit to the urgent care after your injury. But yeah, it's just something to get you around. I would like to show you the second thing that get me around though. This is a little bit special. It's called iWalk 3.0. Okay, let me show you how it works. So this is basically an assisted walking device. This is how you put your injured leg onto this device and then you're gonna strap all in. Now for illustration purpose, I'm not gonna strap everything, but basically you can see now it functions as my other leg and it complements with my healthy leg, right? So you can essentially, you will be walk like this, right? It looks like a little bit wonky, but that's because I didn't strap all the way in. It's actually working fairly well, I'd say, and you will be able to walk with this on your injured leg. In this way, you can see, right, when you have the cast or your boot here, you don't have to worry about this getting weight or anything, right? It's well protected. This guy has two big advantages. First is you are actually walking, right? While you are not using this part of your leg, you are using this part of your leg, right? So you are actually activating this part of your muscle, and it really is a difference. I didn't use this the first week after my surgery, and when I used it in I think it's the second or third week, I immediately feel sore around this muscle. That's because I haven't used this for so long, and the first time I activated, it's becoming weak, right? So first time I use it, it becomes sore really fast. So using this allows you to sort of preserve this part of the muscle, if that makes sense. The second thing is it frees your hands. You can see with crutches, your hands are occupied, but now your hands are free, so you can carry stuff. It is really a big difference. With the crutches, you really just you really just move. It can get you around, but with this, you actually could carry stuff, and it feels closer to a normal person. So I definitely recommend this. Let me show you the third thing that get me move around. And that is this little knee scooter, right? So how it works is basically you just put your knee on this scooter and then you just use it as a regular scooter, right? Now this knee scooter is definitely something I recommend as well, because while the iWalk and crutches can get you move around, the knee scooter is what you can easily walk in a long distance. Because with crutches and iWalk, it still takes a lot of effort to even just walk. If you really want to go somewhere far away, it's gonna be hard for you. With knee scooter, you kind of solve the problem because it's a scooter. So you can not only go really far, but you also can go really fast. And yeah, this is sort of just complements the other two walking devices. Next, I'm gonna show you my boots. Here they are. I happen to have two boots. The first is the air boots that I got from my urgent care visit. The second one is the vacoped that I bought separately. Now, I bought this because I heard a lot of people talking about how great it is. So that's why I want to try this on. And it is, in fact, pretty good. It has a lot more features than the aircast boot that's specifically designed for the Achilles tendon rupture. It definitely helps me, recover. Wearing this is more comfortable than the aircast boot. I would say aircast boot has one advantage though, that is it's much smaller. I'm not sure you can tell from the video, it's much smaller in size wise, and also it's lighter than the vacoped. I would do a separate video comparing this in more details. Finally, the last item I would like to show you is a stationary bike. Here it is. It's a very basic stationary bike that I bought just for this recovery. It doesn't have any fancy features other than this feature to add resistance, which is important. Why I think we need a stationary bike? Two reasons. First, because you injured your leg, your daily consumption of energy won't be as high as what you have before the injury. That's just by definition. You're gonna walk less, you're gonna move less. So it's best to do some extra cardio exercise while you can, so that to preserve your muscle as well as prevent from gaining too much weight. Biking on the stationary bike is probably the easiest cardio exercise you will be able to do. Of course, if you have a swimming pool that's near you, that's great. Just go swimming, because I think that's even better. But typically people don't have easy access to a pool. In that case, I think stationary bike is the best you can have. Now, the second reason why you will want this is, I think stationary bike also help you gain the strength back to your tendon and calf muscle. Because it's a biking exercise, right? You gotta use your leg and have to tighten your leg, your tendon, your calf. So that's where it also gets exercised, and I think that's really good. The one big thing to note though is be very careful about how you use your tendon and calf while you're biking. I started biking around week 4 after the surgery while I was still in the cast. So I think while you were still in the cast and the boot, it's best to hit the pedal with your heel instead of the front of your foot, because using front of your foot place a pressure on your tendon and also calf. Worst case scenario, it might overstretch your tendon or re-rupture your tendon, just because at that time your tendon is still very, very weak. I think after a while, once you gain enough strength back to your tendon and muscle, you can try to use the front of your foot to pedal, just like how regular person would do that. Definitely be very careful about that. Do not try to use the front of your foot while your tendon is still weak. But otherwise, yeah, I think cardio exercise on the bike is definitely something you wanna consider on. I highly suggest this. Okay, this is the end of the video. I definitely find these things make my life a little bit easier to deal with this, nasty injury. But all these things only work for me. It doesn't mean everything here would apply to you. Definitely watch the video and think about what do you need and try them out. And hopefully some of them will help you as well. All right. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.